Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Martine, and in today's video I am just gonna show you guys what I've been, just what's in my sketchbooks lately, what I've been working on, walk you through. Technically not a real sketchbook tour because I have this stack of sketchbooks that I've been working on the past couple of months. So, and none of them are complete, obviously. But I just wanted to show you some of my favorites, things that I've created, that I've made. So we're gonna get started. Okay, so some from the first one, this is a Canson mixed media sketchbook. It's 9 by 12, 160 GSM. And I just wanted to show you guys just some of my favorite sketches. Primarily what I was using this for was drawing sessions. Like I was a member of a couple of Patreons, and I've since then had to cancel my memberships, but that's another story. But now I'm just using it for whatever, my daily sketching or whatever. So this is something that I made in May. And this was for Haitian Heritage Month. I am Haitian American. So May is Haitian Heritage Month. You guys probably didn't know that because that's something that is not, in the mainstream. They only seem to tell you about the bad things that are happening in Haiti and not the history or the good things. But anyway, so this is what I made in May. And originally it was just the woman, right? And while I did like it like this, I didn't love it. So then I decided to collage these guys in: the black dog walking alongside of her, and the man leaning up against the little house here. And if you're Caribbean, if the women, when they're taking, transporting things on their head, the laundry is rolled up and they transport it on their head. Don't ask me how they do it, but honey, they do it. And she was holding, I used a reference photo just for the woman. This woman, she had laundry on her head and she was carrying a barrel, like what looked like something that was rolled up, like a blanket or something, and she was walking. So, and everything else was, I created, was from my imagination. But I don't know, I just really, really like this. And yeah, I wanted to capture the vibrancy and just the bold colors of Haiti. It's a beautiful island, despite what is going on right now. It is very beautiful. Okay, so I don't know when I made this, but this was I think I had this as a print for my membership a couple of months back on my Substack. You'll see in the description, you can join my Substack membership where I have different prints available on a monthly basis for members. So if you join my Substack, you get a monthly print. And I believe this one was one of them in the past. Maybe it was May. I love this. It may look a little kooky to some, but I love it. I remember using the aubergine, like an eggplant color, Neo Color 2 on this, and I just love the movement of the tree. And it wasn't the trees, it wasn't on purpose. It just looks like the wind is blowing, and so it's blowing the trees this way, but it really wasn't on purpose. But I love the way that this ended up. As well as this one too, I really like it. The colors are not your typical colors. Again, with the aubergine, the eggplant color. I just really love them for tree trunks. And I love the aubergine color, how it works well with green. There's something about those two together that just, and especially if it's like something in nature or, you know, landscape, I really love. And I really love how this came out as well. I could have done a better job with the house, and the cow, she is so cute. And I'm saying she's a she because I put lashes on her and a little bit of hair on here. And I guess this would be her husband. I don't know. I don't know, but I love it. Okay. So this was a photo of mine that I took. Turtles. I love turtles. I love drawing turtles. They're just so fascinating to me. And this was a picture of 4 turtles. They were like kind of stacked up onto each other on this branch at the lake by my house. And I feel like it's recognizable to me because I know what it is. But I just love the abstractness of it. Okay. I love that I didn't fill in every nook and cranny. And I love that, you know, the viewer is probably having to take a second look and be like, what is that? You know, like I love the colors, the green and the blue and the ochre, and then just like the bare bone sketches of the turtles. I really love that. And the last one from this book, which I love to draw me some wildflowers, some flowers in the field. This was just watercolor. This was strictly watercolor. And then like the little dots were like white gouache or something like that, or really like watered down white gouache that I sprinkled. There was a background also that I painted over, but this is basically watercolor. And I see I used some pencil, maybe some crayon down here. I don't really quite remember, but for some reason I just really love this sketch. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so for this one, this is also a Canson sketchbook, but I put a huge sticker that I bought at the Dollar Tree. I think it's so cute. Look at this. This is someone's illustration. You know, that got turned into a sticker. So, and it's like a pop-up sticker. It's really cute. I kind of messed it up here, but I really like it. Anyway, this is a watercolor sketchbook, Canson, 7x10, 300 GSM cold pressed paper. And it says heavyweight paper, and it is. So one of my favorite sketches in this book is, it looks a little weird, but I like it because it was the reason why I like it is it's not perfect. It's wonky, it's a little crooked or whatever, but I like how I was able to shadow or mirror, I should say, the building in the water. I don't think I've ever done that before successfully. And I feel like in this particular sketch, I was successful in doing that. I do wish that I hadn't gone on top with the markers with these greens so much, because I don't feel like it was really needed. So if I were to do this again, I would probably leave out so much marker on top. But I really do like it. I really do like the colors. It's just really like visually pleasing to me. And I think it's because of the colors and the way that I was able to mirror the building into the reflection in the water, you know? And this was actually from reference from an Unsplash photo. And this was another Unsplash photo. I think the time lapse is in a video that I have posted here. And I really, this is just, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love it. I love it. Yep. Watercolor and pencils. Oh yeah. This was watercolor. There was a lot going on here. There's watercolor, Posca markers. This is Posca marker for sure. Watercolor, pencils, and Posca markers. And I think there's some ink, like a micron pen, ink pen in here too. I don't know. Let's just say it's mixed media. You know, that's, I like to mix my medias anyway. So, but the foundation of this is watercolor. As with this too, it's the foundation with watercolor, went in with pencil after that. This one, an unsplashed image as well. This is one of my favorites. You know what my favorite bit really is about this? It's not the vase, it's the background. It's the trees and like incorporate how because the background was not in the photo. The photo was of just this vase and flowers on a table. Boom. I did the rest, added these little leaves that were kind of falling over into, as if there were it was another vase next to this. But my favorite bit is these trees right here in the background. I just really like it. This background and the trees. And this is watercolor pencil. I use watercolor pencil. I need to start writing this down for reals. Neocolor 2s and watercolor pencils. I never write the dates down. I never write down what I use. I just, once I start, I just find it, you know, to stop and do that just really would stop my flow. This one is definitely another favorite. This was Japanese, the Japanese watercolors and pencils. I drew in the ladybug with pencil, but the flower arrangement and stuff, this was all Kuretake watercolor. One of my faves for sure. Okay, here is more Kuretake watercolor. Kuretake watercolor and Posca markers, the white bits, that is marker Posca. But I kept layering and layering and layering because I don't know, I wanted the flowers to pop more, like come forward more. And yeah, it was a challenge working that out. And then I added the blue. And then I decided to make the blue as well look like flowers. So overall, I like the way it came out. I think it's cute. And this one was Kuretake watercolors as well. What else do I have for you guys in here? Oh yes, another fave. This was from a picture that I took of some flowers in my neighborhood. in front of someone's house. I forgot the name of these flowers, but this was strictly Neocolor 2. And usually I have issue sometimes with using Neocolor 2 on cold pressed paper that's sort of rough, you know. But this, it's cold pressed and it's very sturdy, heavyweight paper, but it also has a smoothness to it. It has a smooth texture. It has texture, but it's smooth. It's not like, it doesn't, you know, that paper, that cold pressed paper that has like little grooves in it. For me personally, I find that it's easier to activate and blend and use Neocolor 2s on a more smoother watercolor paper. That's just me personally. I'm not saying that I wouldn't use Neocolor 2s on textured paper, but it just, if you intend to activate it and use it as paint, then you're gonna have to really dig in there with the brush. And I like to leave these marks, like these, the mark making of it all, because I like what the texture that it leaves behind. You see, I like that. Like you see the line, but then you can tell that, you know, it was water activated, but you still see a line, if that makes sense. Really like how this came out. The colors are visually appealing. Yeah. This is this one and this one and this one are three paintings, well, sketches that I will probably scan and digitize and work with it in a digital format to make a print, because that's how much I like them. Okay. This one I love too. This was with watercolor. What brand is that? It's not, it's Core Watercolors. This was from my Core QOR watercolors. And I think that's a brand that Golden Paints owns. So this is their, I believe this is their watercolor line. And those watercolors are absolutely amazing. The minute they touch wet paper, it like spreads. You know what I mean? And that's what I like about watercolor, because it really is, I like it because you have to learn how to control it. Like, and I love the fluidity of it, the uncontrollable aspect of watercolor. Like if you have it on your brush and you put it on wet, you like, especially on a wet on wet technique, it absolutely goes nuts on the paper. It goes everywhere and it spreads so beautifully. So that's exactly what happened here with these blooms. And yeah, so these were all, this was, I think this was a core color, but then these greens, one of them is green gold, and I think is a Winsor Newton color, green gold. I can't remember, but this was definitely a core watercolor. I don't remember the name. I'll try to put it up on the screen. But as I'm recording this, I don't really remember the names. But this is another fave. This one I made last weekend, actually, and I really like it. But I scanned it, guys. I scanned it and added more to it. Let me see if I have. Well, let's start with this. Was this from a photo or just imagination? I think this was from imagination. But it's supposed to be like let's see, like Mexican, Mediterranean inspired. So I really love the colors, this red and the blue and the plants, the green of the plants, how everything is just working together. I really, really love. I then scanned this, right? And I'm going to show you guys what the final looks like because I took it into Procreate and digitally, no, not Procreate, Photoshop. Because I'm starting to learn how to paint on Photoshop like as we do on Procreate. Yeah, on Photoshop, it's a different experience. Okay, so this is what this is how it I finished it. So you see here, I added some more elements, and these were all done with Photoshop brushes, the leaves, you know, the textures. I drew in the birds. This I digitally collaged in the birds because I had the birds on a separate file as PNGs and the nest that I used. I have these files that I've used in other illustrations, and so I put them in this illustration, and it worked really nicely, I think. Yeah. So this is something that I will be making a print of and putting it on in my shop. So that one, this is how it started and that is how it ended. Okay, so the last one in this book, another watercolor, a landscape, and it's very abstract as you can see. And I like it. I like the way the colors are playing together. Everything is moving together, you know, very nicely. And I like it. I mean, not enough. I don't like it enough to like make it a print or anything, but it's definitely a good start, a good sketchbook print, sketch. So that is that for this book. Okay, the next sketch is something that I made last weekend as well. And this is a sketchbook that is from Michaels. It's mixed media and the pages are black. This was from a reference on Unsplash, and I really like this. I like the way the blue and the red and the green and I just really love. It's so visually pleasing, especially on the black paper. What did I use? I used oil pastels. Oh yeah, I used my Mungio oil pastels, and the lemon, I used acrylic wash for the lemon pieces, and everything else was the Mungio oil pastels, and I really, really like this. Have I like Canson sketchbooks. Like this isn't a Canson, another Canson sketchbook. It's Bristol paper. It's very smooth. For me, Bristol paper is excellent for colored pencils. And that's what I remember in art class. I think I was a freshman in college, or maybe it was this high school. No, it was definitely college. Was like my very first art class. I don't have an art degree. I'm self-taught, but I did take a couple of art classes in college. And I remember my professor always wanting us to have Bristol paper. Like that's what he wanted us to work on because we were using colored pencils and markers. So anyway, this is a colored pencil sketch that sometimes I get in my mood where I just want to use colored pencils. I have so many and I'm like, I need to use them. So I get in that colored pencil bag sometimes, and definitely I was, and I still am. I go back and forth. So this is one of the colored pencil sketches that I created. I love the little birds here. It's my favorite. And here is another, a little landscape, ocean, action, boats. I think it's cute. Like that. And then yeah, I was, like I said, I was in my colored pencil bag this phase, dreaming of a vacation, so I came up with this. And oh, I remembered I limited myself to, I don't know, maybe about 6 or 7 colors. But yeah, this was a limited color palette challenge for me. And it turned out great. I mean, limiting yourself to, otherwise, I'll just like use everything and then it'll end up looking horrible. But this was definitely a limited color palette challenge. And I think I did well. Another landscapey. And I really like this too. The different values in the water, I really love. And love the color of the tree trunks. This is not aubergine. It's something else. I can't remember right now. But this is another color that I absolutely adore for tree trunks and how it works nicely with green in the landscape. All right, this is another colored pencil drawing. Balcony, sitting out on the balcony. I don't know where. This could be Greece. Because that is like my dream vacation right now, is to go to Greece. So I don't think Greece has palm trees though. But anyway, this is that. And what else do I have? Oh yeah, one more. This was from last week. This was started off as a 5-minute drawing, but then I went back after the 5 minutes and added details and really took my time and really did the scribbles. And I really like this. I really like it. This was a picture that I took at the lake by my house of the bird in her nest. I was invading her privacy, but I got a good pic. I got a really good pic, even though I had to kind of like, peek through a little bit of brush to get a peek at her. I I got the pic. So I really love this. And this was colored pencils as well. Everything that I just showed you, I like to, in this Bristol book, I use like colored pencils and water soluble as well. This cute little cat. This is a watercolor sketchbook that I got at Five Below. The paper is pretty thin. I don't know why they're calling it a watercolor sketchbook, because the paper is really thin, but it's super textured. So that's probably why they're calling it watercolor, but it's very thin. Anyway, I love this guy. I love his expression. He just seems like so carefree and it's like la da dee. Yeah. Okay, so frogs. I had a minute where I was drawing and sketching frogs. So then I came up with this final Really loved it. I did have this for sale as a print on my website. I don't anymore, but I'm going to revamp my shop and put back up prints and things like that. So what else do I have here that I want to show you guys? I made this one also in May. I know that because I made a few sketches for Haitian Heritage Month, and this was one of them. The reference photo was from Unsplash. So this is like a cop or a military at a window. I think was getting something to eat or getting something. This is a window of sorts. Yeah. So this is another, obviously, inspired by Haiti. And I used a reference photo just for the face. Everything else in the background was from, my imagination. But after I drew her, it was like I knew her. Because I'm Haitian American, I was raised by Haitians, so I was raised by Haitian immigrants. So she just seemed very familial to me, and this is kind of special because I felt like I knew her. I felt like she may have been an ancestor that was coming through, my drawing. So this one is pretty special for me. A gouache landscape. I haven't worked in gouache in a couple of weeks. This was from actually a couple of months ago, maybe sometime in May. I had taped the page and I just freestyled a abstract landscape in gouache and pencil. Was it regular gouache or acrylic gouache? But it's definitely gouache and pencil. Alright, so this sketch, which I'm going to turn it into something different, is just a basic sketch of my vanity. The things on my vanity in my bedroom. I have my little light here. There's a shelf. My little dream catcher is here because my bed is to the left of this. And all the things, makeup brushes, things, hair dryer, lipstick, all the things on my vanity, which I thought was a really cool sketch, a really good still life idea that I'll probably develop later. And the last in this book is another gouache painting. This was watercolor acrylic gouache. This is Opera Rose acrylic gouache, and I used some pencils and some crayons, Neocolor 2s, and this is what I got. This was completely done off of imagination. I didn't have a reference. This is when I got the Opera Rose acrylic gouache, and I was just wanting to use it, and I was just trying it out, and so this is what I got. Last book. Here is my Pith sketchbook. Okay, this started off as just a playing with India ink, and I'll put the picture in here, right here, as to how it started. And then, so the other day I was going through this sketchbook and I felt like there were so many pages that were just abandoned ideas, so I decided to add a little color to this with some gelatos, and activated it in some spots with water and came up, and I just really, why this is one of my favorites is the contrast. The contrast is just so good. So good. Love it. And this was definitely what you call a happy accident. Like I was just wanting to fill, like I want to fill every nook and cranny of my sketchbooks, especially the expensive ones. And this is not that expensive, but it came far away. It took a long time to get here because when I ordered it from the UK and from Jackson's before they had a US site. So it took a long time to get here. But I got it. And yeah, so another favorite, like you see, like stuff like this, you know, like this abandoned sketches, I have to fill that. Like I'm gonna have to go over this with something nice, you know. But oh, another favorite from this book is this was a sketch from a reference on Unsplash, from Unsplash, of course. And I really like it because I like it because of the textures. I used Neocolor 2s, I used gouache, watercolor, and pencils, as you can see. And I love the texture that the Neocolor 2 leaves behind. You can still see the mark, but then the color, you can spread the color around. And I just really love that. What else? I know there was something else that I wanted to show you guys. Oh, this was a sketch, a pencil sketch of an idea that I've actually have a finished illustration. It's a digital illustration that you guys will see soon, probably on my website. But this was just a sketch of an illustration idea, and I took it out of the sketchbook and took it into Procreate. And I think there's one last thing in here two more things I want to show. More flowers. I love flowers. I love drawing flowers. I love painting flowers. I just love the flowers. Definitely one of my favorite spreads. Here is another spread. This is very landscapey. This is not finished, but after I did all of this, I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know where to go. So I decided to just leave it and come back to it, because sometimes you have to do that. Like I was in a mood to like make marks and just do something in my sketchbook, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I got stuck, and so I'll probably come back to it with some paint or whatever. Who knows? Okay. This was some time drawings. You'll see the video for this is already up, but this is like, I like this spread. It's one of my favorites. I guess it's the colors. They're so visually appealing, and I just like it. It's like, I like the cups. I like the cat, you know, the crushed Coke can and things. I just really like it. And so the last thing from this book, I believe the video for this is up here as well, is this abstract painting sketch that I did with acrylic paint. Was it acrylic gouache or acrylic? I think it was both, to be quite honest. I started with ink. Yeah, that's what it was. I started with ink and then layered with acrylic paint and acrylic gouache, because you see my little, I had to put in my little opera rose I just love, I think opera rose is like so, like even if you just put it in little spots in an abstract piece, like it just pops, you know. Like I wouldn't have put so much of it So that's why I just put a little, like a little spot. Like it's just like, I'm here. Opera Rose is here. All right, guys. So that is it for my favorite sketches. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sketchbooks that I have in the rotation. I just wanted to share my favorite sketches. I hope that this has inspired you in some way to get your sketchbook out and just make art. You know what I mean? So anyway, I want to thank you all for watching, and go down in the description and read all the information down in the description. Join my Substack. Substack is such an amazing place. It is so refreshing, and I really urge everyone to get on Substack. If not just to look at everyone's art, read everyone's writing, just see what creators are doing on Substack is so amazing and so refreshing. There is no algorithm. And yeah, go over onto Substack. And while you're over there, subscribe to my Substack, Sketchbook Shenanigans. That's one. And then I have another publication called Light Talk. All right. And I'll have that linked in the description for you. Okay. So again, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for all the support, the likes, the comments, and I will see everyone in the next video. Take care. Bye.